The Bible teaches us that marriage is a holy institution established in heaven by the wisdom and the kindness of God, who said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helpmeet for him." And again he said, "They two shall be one flesh." Jesus Christ, the Son of God, honored and sanctified the wedding in Cana of Galilee with his presence, and it was here he wrought his first miracle to bring joy and cheer to the host and to all the guests. He beautified this earthly union with his first recorded miracle by his very presence, as we've sensed here today. You see, Christian marriage is really a covenant. It's a covenant of faith and trust between a man and a woman. Their shared commitment, their faith in Jesus Christ, becomes a symbol of that faith and trust. Therefore, it requires that both of you have openness of life, thought, that you trust each other, and that you are committed to speak the truth in love as you grow up into Christ, who is your head, even in the church. Christian marriage is also a covenant of hope, hope that endures all things, that you commit yourself to each other, never give up trying to understand each other, and that you are one in your hope for the future. Finally, Christian marriage is also the covenant of love. Faith, hope, and love. The greatest of these is love, in which both the husband and wife empty themselves of all of their concerns in loving each other as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. And therefore, this covenant is not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, discreetly, advisedly, soberly, in the fear of God. And into this holy estate, these two persons come now to be joined. John, will you have Suzanne to be your wedded wife, to live together in this covenant of faith, hope, and love, according to what God intended for your lives together to be in Jesus Christ? John, will you listen to her inmost thoughts, be considerate and tender in your care of her, and stand by her faithfully in all circumstances, and preferring her above all others, accept full responsibility for her every necessity so long as you both shall live?
I will.
And Suzanne, will you have John to be your wedded husband, to live together in this same covenant of faith, hope, and love, according to the intention of God for your lives together in Jesus Christ? And will you also listen to his inmost thoughts, be considerate and helpful in your support of him, and stand by him faithfully in all circumstances, and preferring him above all others, accept full responsibility for his every necessity, so long as you both shall live?
Yes, I will.
Will you join right hands as you express your vows to each other at this time, and repeat after me? I, John, take you, Suzanne,
I, John, take you, Suzanne,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to understand, till death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance. I, Suzanne, take you, John,
I, Suzanne, take you, John,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to understand, to cherish and obey, till death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance. What token do you give that you will faithfully perform these vows that you have now made? These rings that you are about to give and receive in token of the affection with which you will cherish each other, they are a symbol of the fidelity with which you will perform the vows that you have now made. And forasmuch as the husband is the head of the wife, imparting unto her his name and receiving her unto his care, I give you this ring, that you may place it on the finger of this woman in a token of the faith that you are now mutually pledging together. This ring I give to you, that you may place it on the finger of this man as a symbol of the faith that you are now mutually pledging. The circle is an emblem of eternity, and gold is a type of that which is most enduring. It is to show how lasting and imperishable the faith now mutually pledged. As the union now formed is to be sundered only by death, it becomes you to consider the duties that you solemnly assume. Because if these will be remembered and faithfully discharged, they will add to the happiness of your life. But if they be neglected or violated, you cannot escape the keenest misery as well as the darkest guilt. John, it is your duty to provide for the support of your wife, to shelter for her a manly and unalterable affection, loving her as Christ loved the church. Sue, it's your duty to reverence your husband. Put on the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God an ornament of great price. Even as Christ loved us and we give ourselves to him, so you give yourself to John. And since the marriage relationship is a picture of Christ and his church, I charge you both to keep your marriage and your lives in relationship with both Christ and his church. Delight in the companionship of each other. And remember that in interest and in affection, they are henceforth one and undivided, and to see to it that what God hath joined thus together, man never puts asunder.